What you're about to hear is cringy and also loud as heck.
To the first episode of the Cringe and the Confident, episode 1.
The first episode?
Yeah. That goes to show you, I am cringe.
Alright, well, now that we have the mic situation handled, instead of talking straight into the mic, what would you like to say?
You know why I did that?
Why?
Because
You're
when,
still way too close.
Oh, sorry. Because when I sing or anything like that anywhere, it just sounds better when, obviously not that close, but
when you listen to the guy on YouTube.
I did.
Alright, roll the intro music.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's so bad.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, wait, I think this is way too loud still.
No way.
Okay, there. I had the gain way too up. Alright, hopefully that works. What's your name?
I'm Cringe, aka Joss.
So I'm confident?
Yeah, well, yes.
How?
For the beautiful people out there who don't know, Joe has currently lost over 50 pounds. So he's extremely confident. I can't say anything without you being like,
Wow.
wow.
Anyways, we got Jocelyn's sister here.
Special guest.
Listening to us. No mames. The computer doesn't even work.
I'm the editor.
No mames. Okay.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. Alright, well, now gotta watch our language. Okay, so you're Joss, the Cringe one. How did you grow up?
Your voice just cracked.
How did you grow up?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
How did you,
Okay,
how was your life? Give us your life story.
A good example of my life is the previous clip of my mom saying language. I grew up in a very strict Pentecostal Christian household.
That's it.
Which is very much the opposite of what
I grew
you
up
have.
Yeah, I grew up the exact opposite. My parents were not Christian. They're Catholic.
I wouldn't even say so much they're Catholic.
They're Catholic.
I think they believe...
They claim Catholicism.
No, they're Catholicism, but they don't practice it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
They kinda.
They go to church every Sunday?
No.
They do the Rosarios, counting how many ones?
Yeah, they do.
I haven't even seen any Virgin Guadalupe in your house.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, why are you roasting my family?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so anyways, continue.
So we're very different in that way. We're very similar. Our parents are the same. I would say our moms are kind of the same. They're kind of sensitive and they take jokes the other way around. So
Sometimes.
Last night, last night was Easter, the 21st.
Oh yeah, today's the 22nd
And
of April, 2019.
so we took a picture at the actual gathering at Easter, and Joe's sister was at Coachella with her boyfriend. And we both happened to post, so his sister and I both happened to post a selfie of us with our significant others. And his mom got both of the pictures, cropped them into one, and her caption was like, Easter 2019, hashtag cash, hashtag egg hunting, hashtag whatever.
And I commented. I was like, no mamas, they weren't even there.
So
but
then,
I put laughing emojis and stuff. Like, it was meant to be funny.
So then he gets a text later on. Why did you have to be so rude and comment that under my picture?
Yeah.
I feel like if I would have posted something like that on my mom's... Oh, am I too close?
No, you're good.
She would get just as upset and butthurt.
Yeah, they're different. They're way different, but they're also very similar. What city you grew up? What schools you went to? Stuff like that.
Okay, I was born and raised in Calabasas.
No, Mom.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can't say that.
No,
That's gonna be my catchphrase, but just not for today.
I have a catchphrase too, but I can't even say it.
Oh, hers is way funnier.
Fuck 'em. I was born and raised in Hawthorne, which is an okay city. If people are from the 310, you know what's up. But is that what it is? Is it 310 or? Is that what people say?
Yeah, 310. I don't know. I'm from
90250?
I'm from the 562, homie.
South Bay.
562?
South Bay. Yeah.
Or South Bay,
Yeah.
I guess. It's a pretty okay area. I went to Eucalyptus Elementary School. If anyone went there too, that's cool. Which interesting, Hawthorne is actually neighboring to Inglewood, which is where...
Yeah, I kind of grew up there. My parents grew up there. When I was a baby, we lived with my grandma, and then we lived in some apartments, I think, by there. So,
and you just found this out?
Yeah, somewhere in Inglewood. No, Hawthorne.
Hawthorne,
Hawthorne, yeah.
Hawthorne, and then Inglewood, and then...
But, yeah, we go to Inglewood all the time to visit my grandma and stuff. But,
and you currently stay where?
Norwalk. Been there since 2001, I think. I don't know.
I don't even have a direct time link to when I came to Westmont.
You were in high school, no?
No, I was in middle school.
Oh.
I think I was in like 6th grade. I graduated middle school when? Graduated, but you know what I mean.
Promoted.
2012, maybe?
When I graduated high school?
No, when Jenny graduated.
08.
08.
08, so...
So around, I want to say 2009 I moved here. I almost have like
10
a
years?
decade here.
This house was brand new.
Brand new, no one had lived in it prior. But I don't really stay around here. I still stay more into Hawthorne.
Yeah.
It's too ghetto here.
Yeah, I grew up in Norwalk, went to went to Lambton Elementary School, and that's where I met some lifelong friends I still talk to. Alvin, if you're listening. Alvin, Almador, a couple other people, Juan. That's pretty much it that I know from elementary. But middle school, met most of my other friends there. And when I went, I knew a lot of people in middle school. But when I went to high school in La Mirada, and my whole life went down the toilet. I had no friends. Didn't really know anyone. My cousin played for the football team, and I don't know, I didn't really vibe with them. I was more of a rocker.
Oh, you a rocker, huh?
You a rocker? Yeah. So yeah, I freaking went there after I graduated high school. Started working at a recycling center for like about a year. Then I worked. Got a sound editor back then. No, and then after that, what was after that? I worked at the Hollywood Center Studios for a bit. And in 2013, I got my current job as a security at York, where I met this fine lady right here.
Okay, so let me backtrack to how I got to where York is.
Yeah, I kind of interrupted.
That's okay, we're supposed to take turns. We're learning. Well, yes. Good thing about what I was going to say earlier was he claims he had a sad time. What you said, middle school or high school, when you didn't know anybody?
High school.
Middle
school, I knew. I was cool. Not cool.
Mind you, he just gave
Robert's going to laugh at me if I say I was cool in middle school, but I knew more people in middle school than I ever did in high school.
He just gave a bunch of shout outs to his friends. I don't have anyone that I could shout out because I don't have any friends. So, shout out to my editor.
No.
And that's pretty much it. Okay, so...
But why? Why did you not have, like...
Oh, friends. Okay, sure. That stems, again... I think that stems from my, like, parents' strictness. I never went to any dance. Like, middle school, high school, no dance. I never went to prom. After school ended, I had to be home and or my grandma's house. I'd stay at my grandma's house.
This, like, about all that whole situation, I was like, dang, like, if your parents were not like that, I feel like you'd be a party girl. Like, when I first met you, I thought you were, like, a party girl. I thought you like to party, like drink and stuff.
You know what? And
because you're so pretty. Like no, like girls that are really pretty like to party.
Oh.
So I don't know. It's just like that was my first.
You know what? No.
Thing
I mean, sure. Other than not having friends, because like I said, after high school, I had to go straight to my grandma's house, and my mom would call my grandma and say they better be there at a certain time. If they're not there, and I didn't have a phone either, so I didn't get a phone till my first semester at college, and that's because my sister bought it. My parents weren't going to buy it for me. But no, I used to be really upset about that, and I still joke about it, how I never went to prom. But when I think about it, knowing my personality, I thank my parents for being that strict. I think crazy stuff would have happened if they weren't strict with me.
That's why I was happy. I mean, I was indifferent when you told me that you didn't like to party or you never partied before.
Well, yeah.
Because that was like all I was used to. I
don't have good experience in a social setting. Me and Joe have been together for about 2 years. And within that 2 years is where I've learned all of my social cues and how to talk to people I don't know and try to keep a conversation. Before that, when we first started dating, I was just the one who sat there in between two people looking left and right every time they talked.
It's wild because that's how I feel like I am at, like, not parties, but, like, in high school I was shy. Like, that's why I
was too. I was shy. I was quiet. Like, even in college, like, I went to class, did my business, and left. Like, it was rare if I ever, like, made friends in college that I'm still friends with now.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know anyone. Yeah, I don't know anyone.
Like, that's the only thing that kept us friends was being in the same class.
Yeah.
So anything other than that, there's nothing.
Speaking of college, how much have you done?
I'm a college dropout. Kanye wrote a whole song. Kanye did a whole album, right? College Dropout.
It's about you.
About me, yeah. No. I don't think school is for everybody. And I say this all the time. I truly do not believe school is for everybody.
I wish I was dedicated enough. I thought it was, like, last year I was, like, wanting to computer science. And then I tried it. I really liked it my first semester. And the second semester it just got really, really hard. I was super into it.
Not to bag on any educators, I really feel like the professor you had made it very difficult for you to, like,
he didn't really
keep going. Exactly. And without that, it's like...
He gave us packets and, like, showed us stuff, and that was pretty much it. But I really wish I would have got more of the hang of it. I could have continued with that. That's what I really wanted to do. I
think that if I knew from the day one exactly what I wanted to be, maybe I would have got my associates. Like,
I still don't. Like, I feel like we still are. You're a lot younger than me.
I don't know.
By the way, I'm 26. She's 22.
Well, you're going to be 27 this year. I'm going to be 23.
She's going to be 23 in 2 months.
Yeah. It's almost half the year already. But, so yeah, I feel like I wasted probably 2 whole years of college. Just BS classes that I thought were fun. You don't know how many active, like, PE classes I've taken, like, way out of the ordinary that I had to take. I've taken tennis, volleyball.
For me,
walking for fitness.
No, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, boxing.
Boxing sounds fun.
Boxing was fun.
I feel like I'm the same. Like, first I went to Cerritos right out of high school. On for 2 semesters. I had 1 class, and then I had a weightlifting class my next semester, and I hated it. I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't know. I just didn't feel. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
To be completely honest, I think from the beginning, since I left high school, I knew I didn't want to go to college. But again, with the type of parents that I have, if I only went so my parents wouldn't talk trash. Same kind.
Oh, okay. Well, that brings me to my second college experience, which was at LBCC. I went for about a year, and I had a few classes there, but I started failing classes my last semester, so I just stopped going. That's when I was working at Hollywood Center
you know why I stopped going? I had too many withdrawals, I wasn't getting financial aid anymore, and at that point, if I'm not in it, and I'm paying for it, I mean, people are going to hate on me right now, because I'm so lucky that the government paid for it. I mean, I paid for my books, I paid for everything. The only thing I got was a waiver where I paid just less for my classes. I still paid for it. Yeah. But I wasn't even getting financial aid for books or anything, again, because of my W's. It wasn't even that I was failing. I never failed anything.
I wish.
It was just that I kept dropping them.
My classes were paid for. So yeah, after LBCC, I didn't want to go anymore, and that's when I got hired at York. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to go to... I was working at Hollywood and going to Long Beach. So that's
what we were talking about. I was supposed to get to how I got to York, and then I started talking about school.
It's fine. School's important. So when I was at LBCC, I was working in Hollywood, driving to LBCC, but I got to pick my schedule kind of. Like, I got to tell them, like, I'll have school this day and this day. They will let me leave at 12 or 2 or whenever.
Yeah.
When I got to York, I didn't have a schedule like that. My schedule was 8 to 4, 7:45 to 4:15. So then, after about a year working there, which was about 2014, my parents told me, you're going to start paying rent or you're going back to school. And they said they'll pay for school for me. Supposedly, I'm still paying it. But yeah, so that's why I went back to school. I went back to school, and I'm pretty sure I almost had my AA. Like, if I go and talk to the counselor...
I'm sure you could.
I was going a lot. Like, since I started going back, I was doing at least 2-3 classes a semester.
About this guy, too, this is one of my pet peeves. I tell him...
Me?
Yeah. At least with this topic. When I told him, oh my God, you're going to get your AA. And he's like, I don't want to walk. I don't want to do the cap and gown. And I'm like, it's not... At the end of the day, it's not for you. It's for your parents.
Yeah.
And we have a friend who says when he gets his bachelor's, he doesn't even want to walk, which to me is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I know he's going to walk. There's no way.
Yeah, I feel like he says it. Yeah. But he says because he's lazy.
I don't think that's what it is. There's no way.
We're going to have him as a guest, hopefully.
Soon he can explain to us why. And I know it can't just be pure laziness. Because if you're getting your bachelor's, you're not that lazy.
Yeah, I would definitely walk for that. For my age, it's like, you're still going to school.
I would act like I got my bachelor's if I got an AA, to be honest.
You got your doctorate.
Yeah, I got my doctorate. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because that's just what school is for me. Well, because I was going to school, I wasn't doing full-time. I did part-time.
Yeah.
And my sister got me a job, or introduced me to a job at an elementary school where I taught after school.
York
Elementary. And I worked there starting 2015, and we didn't.
There for 2 years.
We didn't even talk until 2017.
17, the beginning. 17. You hear us randomly laughing. You can't hear us because she's playing funny little sounds.
I'm sure this is catching it.
Probably. Oh, so you were at York. We're gonna talk about how we met, right?
This should be the main part of the.
We've been talking for like 15 minutes already.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's good.
I've seen our podcasts.
Wow. York.
So this is how you guys will have seen the title by now. But this is where the title comes from.
I forgot about this.
I said we need a really interesting clickbaity title. And it was, I ignored him when he was fat.
Yeah, because I was a fat.
Okay, so like I said, I had been there for I had been there for 2 whole years before I even acknowledged his existence. But in all fairness, prior to me meeting him, he went.
No, you were there for like a year. I don't think it was 2 years.
No, it was. You're right. It was August. No, October of 2015. So it was like the end of 2015.
I met like that. Okay, this what you're about to say happened when we got back. Yeah, August. Yeah,
August.
You're right. August. Yeah. Okay.
But I said continue. October. So in August, he did this boot camp.
I did it in the summer.
In July. The summer of July. So June, how many months? How was it?
It was from April, May, June. It was 3 months.
And you lost how much weight in 3 months?
45 pounds.
45 pounds. The more I talk about it, you can see how much this guy's lost weight.
Okay, I gained it all back.
This is not including the weight that I was talking about earlier. It's true.
Yeah, I lost 50 pounds twice.
Okay, so in all fairness, this is what I say, and people don't think I'm crazy. I didn't notice him or pay attention to him because I was not single.
Yeah, that too.
So I don't look at I can't look at anybody. I had a boyfriend at the time, so I wasn't. That. Thank you. I'm not a hoe.
Yeah.
A thotty?
I mean, other guys don't respect it, but... Not saying anything in particular. I'm just saying other guys are dogs.
I felt like I was being attacked.
No, I'm just saying other guys are dogs. Like, nothing you've done.
She's great at this.
Yeah. So continue. Sorry. Cut you off.
So that's why I didn't look. It wasn't until... Like, if I'm being completely honest, it wasn't until... It was getting kind of near, I guess. Like, this relationship was having a lot of problems. It was very clear that it was not going to work out, but
I was already single for a long time by then. I'm just saying. I was single for like
I feel attacked because I wasn't single that long before me.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, before that, how long was your longest relationship?
Like 4 years.
I like how he tried to like whisper that 4 whole dead ass years.
How long were you with him for?
Like 8
which
months.
Was a record.
It's a record. It was 8 months.
It was the record.
Like I said earlier.
So you didn't want to check me out?
No, I didn't want to. It wasn't until one day, and this is what he doesn't remember, which cracks me up. I was being dropped off to work by my ex when I stepped outside the car, and one of the custodians at the work was like, "Hey, Joe, you're looking you're looking good. You're looking thin."
It was like your first day back.
And he had turned to look at me and was like, "He's looking good, isn't he?" And I had never seen him before ever. And when I looked in my mind, I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's so hot." No, and all I could do was agree. I wasn't gonna I obviously had to play it cool. I was like, "Yeah, he looks good." You know, and that was it, and I walked away.
I remember that perfectly.
Really?
Yeah. I told him after, I was like, dude, why'd you say that? Like, it's embarrassing. He's like, what? You lost a lot of weight. You look good. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I mean, if you didn't say that, I don't know I'm sure I would have seen you, but, you know, it started it like early there.
So that was August. You were with your guy until November. That's when you broke up.
Yeah, like a week before
One of my favorite stories is that I had a final.
Oh my God.
I had a final in November. It was like the end of. Oh, it was December. It must have been December. I had a big test, so I stayed at work late. I get off at 4. She was getting off at 6. So I was there pretty late studying or whatever, finishing my homework. I went to my car at 6.
Okay, wait.
I was sitting in my car.
Listen, Linda. In all fairness, at this point, we had already been saying hi to each other as coworkers. So we would look at each other from a distance and just
say hi. Wave, not even say hi.
It was just a nice friendly wave.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not ignorant to these type of things. He was he can explain that in just a second, but I'm not ignorant to these things. I could tell the way he looked at me that he thought I was attractive.
You were way too pretty. I honestly thought you were way too pretty.
Back to his story. It was like 6 o'clock, and I'm clocking out, whatever, and I'm walking, and I'm looking down, and when I look up, I don't even remember how I made the correlation to know which car in the parking lot was yours.
It was like the only car there, too.
But how do I know that was your car? I don't remember when I seen it.
You probably just seen it. It's the most badass car. Just kidding. This shit sucks. I'm just kidding.
So I looked up and his car is there, right? And he's in the car, I assume. He has a tint. And my heart started racing. I was like, oh my God. Is he hanging around here because he knows I get off and he wants to like ask me for my number or like ask me to go on a date? And I had just broken up.
Yeah, I think it must have been December.
And I was just like, oh my God, like I'm not ready for it. Like, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Oh, this is going through your head in like 5 seconds.
Exactly, 5 seconds.
You saw your life.
And I get into my car or what? I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I didn't even look up. I didn't even see you.
You didn't see I was there till after? Or did
I didn't see you at
until
all.
I told you?
Until you told me. No, actually, I did. I looked up and I saw you and I looked back down because I was like, oh my gosh, she's right there. But yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
So from there, in that time of my life, it was terrible. it was a bad time. That whole winter, all the way up until I met you, it was pretty rough for me, I guess.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
I shouldn't be doing.
It wasn't until maybe a couple months later. Mind you, my relationship wasn't that long, so it shouldn't even take that long to get over.
Yeah.
It was only 8 months, which now, in retrospect, sounds like a little bit. At the time, I swear I thought my world was ending. But after a month or two, I was feeling a lot better, and we were being more obvious, saying hi to each other.
My uncle works with me, and he would tell me all the time because she would wave at all of us.
It was like a group of guys at the lunchroom.
Yeah,
and I would have to go in there to get milk for the kids for snacks.
So we would wave at each other, and my uncle would tell me, "Oh my gosh, she wants you," and I'm like, "No," and he's like, "Yeah, dude, she like you can tell." I'm like, "Dude, no, she's way too pretty." On God, I literally thought that was like,
so cute.
I'm not kissing your butt. Not kissing your butt or anything, but it's true. Like, I was like, there's no way. Like, she's so pretty. Like, she has amazing body. Like, everything about her is still do. Everything about her is amazing. And yeah, so he's like, dude, she wants you. I'm like, no. And so the day I officially met you,
What day was that?
I forget. It was March
It was early
3rd.
March.
I think it was March 3rd.
Yeah, it was early March.
I just came back from Mexico that week. Like that Monday or that Tuesday, I got back from Mexico. I went to the fiestas.
So
it was lit.
before
I'll tell some stories about that later.
Before you finish that, the end of February, I actually got my wisdom teeth pulled out.
Oh yeah, I had my dream. How did I forget about my dream?
So I've gotten my wisdom teeth pulled out. Unfortunately for me.
Yeah.
At least I was just one of those people who really swelled up. Because some people get their wisdom teeth pulled out, the next day they went back to school.
Yeah.
I was off for 2 weeks. Maybe even more. Maybe 3 weeks that I didn't go to work because my job required me to talk and yell at kids. I was too swollen to do so.
So at this time, her coworker quit.
Yeah.
Her coworker quit. She was... Alicia, she had quit. So... She was out. They were both out, and I remember I told the same custodian that one that was like, "Hey, he looks good." I'm like, "Dang, what happened to them?" He's like, "Oh, they both quit," and I was like, devastated, legit.
That's a gossip story.
Legit devastated. I'm like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me?" Like I was so sad. So then I went to Mexico. Oh no, you came back, and I had asked you already. I was like, "Hey, where were you?" And you told me you had your wisdom teeth again, because we would say hi.
Yeah.
Because I was out sick,
and you know what? Oh my god, I remember Alicia, that same coworker. She made fun of me so much because our supervisor wasn't there to open the office, and Joe is the security guard. He has all the keys to every door. So I had asked him from a distance to open the door for us. As he was walking away from opening the door, I was like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, were you sick? I noticed you'd been gone for a couple of days because I didn't see his car.
I think I was sick,
and I think. Either allergies
when I went to Mexico.
or
allergies.
something, because he gets his allergies really bad. And I had, shot my shot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I haven't seen, just to make it to you known that I notice you.
Yeah, this is before she quit. Yeah. This is the first that
was the first thing I said, and she made fun of me for the whole day. It was like, oh my god, like you're talking to him, like wow, whatever.
Tell me why the second after I walked away from that, I got on my phone, went on Twitter, and tweeted, "Oh my god, the cute girl at work noticed I was gone." Not even like so. That was like in February-ish. Yeah. So then after that is when she left,
and I came back, and you asked me.
But when she had left, and the guy told me they had quit, I had a dream that. I went up to Carlo, her supervisor, and I was like, "Hey, where'd they go?" And she's like, "Oh, she quit." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah, they quit." Like, basically saying that, like, you guys quit.
Yeah.
So I woke up and I was sad. I was like, "Oh man, like,
I'm literally his dream girl."
Like she quit. Like I'm never gonna ask her. I'm never gonna ask her like out or anything. So yeah, you came back, like, I went to Mexico, and then I came back, and you were back that same week. And I remember I saw you, and I texted Jose. I was like, oh my god, she's here, she didn't quit.
His uncle, by the way.
Yeah, my uncle that's a coworker. So yeah, I texted him, I was like, oh my god, she's back. And he's like, oh cool, like, you should talk to her. And I was like, you know what, like, yeah, I am, like, soon. So the day I did go up to you, like I said, like, I was having a bad time in that time of my life.
You said what? You had a bad outfit
I had a faded ass red shirt, baggy, nasty khaki pants. My hair was all kinds of jacked up. Like, seriously, like, this part, well, you can't see, but, like, the top was up, and my hair was just fucked up.
I can't even remember what I was wearing, to be honest. But, I mean, it's uniform, so.
Yeah, and then so I was like, you know what? Screw it. Today can't get any worse. I was feeling really down about myself. I'm like, this day can't get any worse. I'm just gonna go ask her. I'm gonna go ask her what's up. So I went up to you.
And it wasn't your typical, like, let me get your number.
Yeah, I went up. I was trying to make it smooth. I wanted to see if she had a boyfriend. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I went up to her, and I was like, and one of my friends, Josh, he can get people into Disneyland for free. So he was bugging me at the time, like, hey, let's go. Like, if you get a date, let's go. So I went up to her, and I'm just like, what did I say? Just, hey, do you like Disneyland?
Yeah, hey, yeah, do you like Disneyland?
And then she shows me her pins.
I have a lanyard because that's of my day at work, and I had put all my Disneyland pins on that lanyard.
Yeah, and she's like, oh my god, I have a pass. And I was like, oh, what? No way. And I had a pass too.
Yeah, but I had the boule cheap pass.
Yeah, he has the bougie one. That kind of helped getting me your number.
Yeah.
Because my friend can get people.
I had told him that I'm blocked on the weekends that I can't go.
So I was like, oh shoot. So I asked her, and she's like, yeah, like, I have a pass. I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, oh, who do you usually go with? And then she's like, oh, with my sisters, or like...
Yeah.
So I asked that to see if he had a boyfriend.
Yeah. And then he came back a little bit later. Where did you go after you spoke to me? Or was that after the next part?
No, yeah. So you asked me, you're like, oh, let me get your number. But we're walking by the office.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no. Like, not right here. Like, they're gonna... And I was shaking already. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but I was freaking shaking because I was so nervous. I'm like, no. I got scared. I'm like, not in front of the office. I'll get it later. Freaking ran to my office, room 1. I was shaking the whole time. I got my phone, called my uncle. I was like, dude, I just talked to her. I think she wants to go to Disneyland. He was like, oh, yeah, that's tight. Like, did you get her number? I'm like, no. He's like, what the heck? Go and get her number. And I was like, oh, man. Like, I was legit shaking.
And I could not have been more obvious that I was so totally into him. He came back up to tell me that he has a friend that can get me in, because he hadn't mentioned it till the second time he came up to me.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, sure. Mind you, I'm doing this in front of a whole bunch of kids. I get my little notepad out. A sticky note. Yeah. And I write my name and my number, and I gave it to him.
I still have it.
To keep. He swears my last 2 numbers of my cell phone are 88, and he swears that I wrote the second 8 to look like a zero. So he was confused whether he actually had my number or not.
Yeah, so I had class that night, and then so I saved your number on my phone. I went to class, and then before I went to class, I put her phone number on Snapchat, because you know how you can look up
your contacts.
Yeah. So I put her phone number in, and then it said her Snapchat name. I'm not gonna say it, but it said her Snapchat name, and I was like, oh my god, like that's so cool, like what it is.
It involves it was obvious that I knew the Legend of Zelda, that I was into that stuff.
So I was like, no way, that's tight. I'm like, this has to be her. And then so I'm like, okay, so it is 88 at the end. So I deleted it. I didn't want to add her on Snap right away. I ended up texting you when I got out of class.
Yeah, and I was in the car with my sister, and I was telling her what had happened, and I was like, it's so strange how he hasn't texted me.
I was waiting, girl.
And then right when we were pulling up to my house, I get a text message, and
you took forever to reply too.
Because I can't be. If you took that long to just start the conversation, I'm not gonna jump to it and look. I already gave you my number really easy. I wasn't gonna be more obvious that I was super into it, but what he didn't know that he recently found out was I was telling him again just how he looked up my Snapchat. I had looked up his
Twitter.
No, his Instagram. Yeah, his Twitter too. But first and foremost was his Instagram.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
And yeah, again, like I said, born and raised in a very religious Christian household, and straight edge as anyone could be. Mm-hmm. So when I looked at his profile and I saw his hobbies and what he was into,
I was a devil child.
It wasn't that bad, but it just wasn't what I was expecting. And me being, ignorant as I am, those things growing up was just the devil. You don't do that, chamuco, you don't do stuff like that. So I was already freaking out before we even had a single conversation. I'm like, he has this and he has that. He has tattoos and a piercing, and oh my god!
Them at the time.
Am I going to really waste my time and have a conversation and get to know this guy if it's just going to be problems in the future?
And look what happened.
I said, fuck him. He's cute. Let's just do it anyway. Yeah. And best decision of my life to not judge.
I remember we texted that day. It was a Thursday, because I remember it was the second day we were talking. And we were up till 5 a.m. on FaceTime.
Trust me, I always throw this back in his face when he wants to go to sleep, and I'm like, well, when we first met, you didn't want to sleep. You just want to stay up all the way till 5 a.m. talking to me.
Girl, I'm out at 10 now. This past my bedtime. So that's pretty much how we met, and then from there it's been a roller coaster. We're engaged now.
Yes.
By the way. We're engaged. Hopefully, we'll be married by the end of the next year.
2020.
Yeah.
In case
we move out. Yeah. All goes according to plan. Hopefully, we'll see. I applied for another job somewhere, but I don't know how that's gonna pan out.
I've applied to 100 different jobs. Mind you, look, this is the thing. I no longer work at York. I haven't mentioned this at all. But,
This is the last time we've been...
Yeah, I haven't... did I start 2002? I have to look at my resume. I don't remember when I left and when I started these things.
2017. Because the Dodgers... It was the first year the Dodgers went to the World Series.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember because it was like around Halloween time. I went to go pumpkin carving the day you quit. The day you your last day at York.
Yeah.
Pumpkin carving.
So, mind you, he wants the best. You know, you can't settle for things in life. But, you know, in comparison, I have a terrible job. My commute is probably over an hour and a half for a job that pays mediocre for what I do.
Your boss sucks.
My boss sucks. Unfortunately, my boss is also the CEO, so there's nothing I can do about that. I don't get any benefits, so no paid time off, no vision, dental, medical, none of that.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's really rough. It's a very...
Me, on the other hand...
He has it great. First of all, he gets paid salary, so no matter what his pay, he knows at the end of the day what his numbers are going to be.
Yeah, every week is the same.
His job, he's in a union. First of all, it's hard to lose any job when you're in a union.
Like almost every year I've been there, I get a raise the first 7 years.
Yeah, so what I tell him is that people retire from the job he has. So he has it good. I get it. Again, don't settle. Like, if you want to find something better, that's great. But in my eyes, I always tell him, you know, don't take it for granted. You have a very good job. Even though my mom loves to tell me, you just have a really bad job. Benefit, when I apply for places and I tell her, oh, it has benefits and this and that. And she's like, well, jobs are supposed to have that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, excuse me, Patricia. My job doesn't have that. So I've applied to probably 100 different places. Not much luck. Keep you updated if I do find something better. But so far... The only good part about my job is I don't really work weekends. Now I am, just because we're short-staffed. But typically, I don't work weekends. And it's a regular 8 to 5, not a crazy schedule like that.
My job's really good for what it is. And I applied to this other thing. I don't want to mention it exactly.
There's no point.
But I don't know if that's going to pan out. I haven't got a call yet or anything like that. So... But I haven't got a call that I'm disqualified yet.
Yeah,
still.
So there's still
there was a hiccup.
There.
There was a hiccup in the process, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I
applied to a place that I thought was really good. It's almost like my dream job because it's 10 minutes away from my house. It has benefits, paid time off. You don't work weekends, 8 to 5. Except they didn't email me back. I emailed them.
Taking forever.
And they told me. I had asked, if the position was still open or if I was still a candidate, and they had said, sorry, didn't get back to you. It was like a couple days later, almost a week later. Sorry, didn't get back to you. Don't worry, we'll let you know when we choose a candidate. So whether I get it or not, they have to email me.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything, so I'd like to keep saying, well, maybe there's still a chance.
I want to apply to what I told you the other day. It sounds like a weird job.
I think we can say it because you haven't applied yet.
No, but I don't want to say it's like way different than what I applied to. I don't want to say it. It's completely different, but it's a decent job. They start out pretty good pay, and you're walking a lot. I'll say that.
See if they
you can guess.
If this ever goes on a YouTube, comment down below
what you think it is.
And if you get it right, you get an iTunes gift card.
You get $10 iTunes gift card for real, on the real, unless you're one of my cousins that. Oh no, actually no one knows.
No one knows
except your family. Well, like
I don't think anyone even remembers.
I mentioned.
Do you remember the new place he wanted to apply? No.
Oh, okay.
So no one would know. It's just between me and you.
Okay, so that's your one hit. You get $10 iTunes gift card.
You figure it's something that requires a lot of walking.
We should put that in the description. Giveaway.
Jeez, I thought it was gonna be hard. We're already talking for 38 minutes.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe now that we should just talk about
why we did this.
And what it's gonna be.
So I wanted to do it just because I think we would be entertaining for an hour, and I don't listen to podcasts. That's what's crazy.
And
I'm the one that wanted to start
it. He was the one who's like, we need to write an outline of what we're going to talk about, and the more he spoke about it, it was a little bit kind of more like a YouTube video, and I was looking at him and I was like, do you even listen to podcasts?
No.
Because all I do all day is listen to podcasts. Should I shout out other podcasts in my podcast? Couples Therapy with Casey Neistat and his wife, Candace. I love that podcast. It's really entertaining for me. That's my cup of tea. There's some people that like to listen to politics. I don't.
Yeah.
David Dobrik's, what is it? Views. I really like that one. I listen to Jenna Marbles. And
you listen to a lot of YouTubers.
I do. Well, yeah. No? Oh, Josh Peck is a YouTuber now.
If Jeremy Johns had a podcast, you best know I'd be listening to that all the time. He might make one. With his girlfriend.
Oh my God, you should tell him watch my podcast. Oh, you can't even watch it, but listen to my podcast.
Just comment. Be those annoying people that comment on the
They're going to block us for spam.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought we'd be entertaining. And I want to get my thoughts out. I've been trying to do YouTube for years, but like a few years ago, I put up a couple. He actually
has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I put up like my gameplay, play some Fortnite, play Doki Doki. I can't stick with it. I want something to stick with. And this is gonna sound weird, but like since I started reading books and I finished reading books, like it gives me more confidence that I can finish things. And not that this is something to finish, but it's something that I feel like I could keep going with. And I thought it'd be cool. And like I have a lot of opinions about movies and all that. That's what I really like. I really love movies, music, and what else? The Rams. The Rams. Yeah. What do you like?
Well, I'm the cringe, so I love to hear myself talk.
You're more confident than I am in this whole entire thing. This whole time I'm just like, and you're just like a freaking...
I love to hear myself talk. I think I'm a real... You know what it is? I think it's because I listen to podcasts. I think that's why it's so easy for me to talk, because I kind of know how the rhythm is, at least for the people that I listen to. No, but I do like to hear myself talk, and...
I don't.
Lately, people have been saying, rumor on the block is, I'm actually kind of funny.
A little bit.
No, so I don't know. I think it would be entertaining, and I just kind of want, like I said, I don't have friends. I would love for someone to come, just to hear me, right?
Yeah.
For someone to hear me out, because honestly, I could talk into your ear all day, but to have a conversation with a bunch of people about the same thing would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I hope this goes somewhere. I mean,
that'd be cool.
Somewhere. If 5 people listen to it, that would
be great.
That's awesome.
If you're okay, let's do this right now. Today is
April 22nd.
April 22nd. Whoever my first fan is to my podcast, when I become famous in the future, you're going to get a $25 iTunes gift card.
Bump it up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I bumped it up to $25. This is so cringe. Like, I'm having a good time recording it because I know, like, it's just me and you and my sister listening. But when I
know your mom's listening too. That's why I'm kind of like...
No, but when I think about, like, people that I know, like, people who follow me on social media were to hear this, I don't think it's that bad. Like, a part of me is like, oh, it's kind of cringe. But it's like, well, now you get to... You get to know who I am. Because like I said, all the people that I have are people from high school, and I didn't really talk to anybody. It's like acquaintances, peers. And if you want to get to know me, you had friends.
3 friends.
Way more than what I had.
That I still talk to, like 1.5.
Yeah, so that's what I want to get out of it.
I really want to talk about movies all the time. Like I'm
not good at movies.
I really wanted to just ramble about Endgame this whole last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever we have left. But I guess I'll keep it for next time. I cannot wait for that movie. Been waiting for how long? Years and years. 22 movies.
Was that 11 years?
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started right now, because I'm just gonna keep talking about it. How much I love it, and yeah, I can't wait for Star Wars later.
Who got you into movies?
Movies? My dad. Oh yeah, definitely my dad.
He said he's never known life where he didn't know what Star Wars was.
Yeah. My dad is like the biggest.
Why did you do this face as if it was a bad thing?
He's like the biggest influencer on me when it comes to movies and
your career.
My hopeful career. Even my passion for music. Like
the same.
I don't play music. My dad doesn't play music, but we consume a lot, and he's really passionate about like certain bands, and I love the kind of music I listen to, but mostly movies. Like I said, I tried making movie reviews a few years ago.
You know what it is?
What?
You need to get rid of the like embarrassment.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed right now.
You can see it in your videos that you're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed right now. I'm just talking.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
I'm sure like the more we do it, the more comfortable you'll feel, the less awkward it will feel. But I feel great. I don't know how did it sound?
I feel like you're talking to me.
Really?
Yeah, that's why
That's the whole point of a podcast. To be honest, like I said, my commute is long at work to get to work and to get home.
Yeah.
And it feels like I'm having a conversation.
I just hope no one
friends.
gets bored. That's my biggest fear.
First of all, my biggest confidence in why I chose this topic about how we met. I love telling people that story.
Yeah.
I think it's like heartwarming and it's like, oh, it's nice, it's cute. Everyone likes to hear something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure our next podcast could be like
Avengers
different segments.
Yeah.
Sure, but like we can
gonna be the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay, third one. It doesn't have to be one big long conversation. It could be like chunks of like different.
What I really wanted to do, like I've told you like a few times. I mean, yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do, but I really want to talk about stuff I like, and you like kind of comment from an outside perspective, and vice versa. Like you talk about stuff you really like, and
I like how as soon as we were talking about this earlier, and he's like, I want to talk about movies and things that I like, and the music that I like, and the books I've read, and he's like, you can talk about, and he looks at me and he's like, makeup and. Yeah.
And other podcasters and YouTube.
I'm like, how do you even talk about makeup? Like a YouTuber, you can YouTube makeup because you can see it. How can you talk about... If you guys could only see how good this foundation looks on my skin right now.
That's not that great, but...
Talking about how different it is from when you were growing up.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day... We'll figure it out. There'll be a lot of... We only said so much we could in 46 minutes so far.
Yeah,
I want to end it at 50.
Wrap it. Wrap it up soon.
But... We could talk about a whole bunch, especially when we know that my mom's not listening.
Yeah,
that will be
that's kind of
more of a explicit kind of like open.
Fuck. Oh wait, that's yours.
That is my saying.
You have an ending song. Are we gonna get copyrighted?
No, it's sample.
I know. I swear we're gonna get copyrighted for every single little noise she made.
Yeah.
That sounds really nice.
We're gonna get
and then we can use
strike.
it. No. You know who just shout out to my girl Michelle Phan? She just put a bunch of. Oh my god.
Okay, sorry. I didn't mean it.
She just put a list of really cool songs that she said, "What's up, YouTubers? Like, use these. You can't get copyrighted. Like, don't worry about it. Free to use."
Can we use? Never mind. I was gonna start singing it.
What?
The crab song from PewDiePie. He gets to use it.
I don't think people are getting copyrighted really on podcasts. I haven't heard it.
I'm just afraid.
I'm sure it will. I want to put this on YouTube. Podcasts are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Sound effects they use is gonna be copyrighted.
That's what I was just saying.
Even the oof.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. It has to be like 30-second snippets. I don't think we're gonna get copyrighted. I'll have to ask my lawyer and see if we're going to get copyrighted.
I wanted to use the sound effect, but I didn't know when to use it. Can I play it?
Sure.
Oh. Is that Felix?
He just... Oh my god, we never even introduced our son. We have a cute pug.
Yes,
his name is Felix.
4 years old.
He's named after PewDiePie, and it grinds my gears every single day of my life that he did not call him Edgar, like Felix's actual pug. Doesn't matter.
He's not a black pug. He's a fawn pug. So
Mayo.
I named Felix after PewDiePie. Okay, we have like a minute left.
Should I start a fight in this minute?
Yeah. No, don't, please. No fights. We're not fighting on here. I know exactly what you're going to say. Don't say it.
What was I going to say?
I'm not going to say it. We can talk about it after. We can subscribe to our Patreon. You can hear all the fights.
It had to do with his name.
Yes, I know.
Oh, he does not.
Yeah. Just pay us money on our Patreon. And
to
you can
get
hear
all the exclusive fights.
And the X-rated scene. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, turn it up. We're going to close it out with this. If you guys like what you hear, feel free to come back and
this is going on SoundCloud and our new YouTube channel, Joss and Joe, the Cringe and the Confident. Yeah,
this has been the first episode 1. And
we should just do that for all of them. This is the second episode 2. This is the 10th episode 10.
Dang it, she stopped the music. All right, we're out of here.
All right.
See you guys next time.
Next week.
Woo.
Later.
Exactly 49 minutes. Okay.
Bye.